What is up, guys? Look at this, hanging out with NeanderPaul. We're up to like volume 5 now, I think. How you been, man?
I'm good. You know, I've never played one of these before. I have no idea what these are. It's a carving?
It is Kiesel. So we are both holding Kiesels today. Look at that. I have the 7-string version. Paul's playing
I do not. I have a
6-string version.
I'm ugly enough with 6 strings. I don't need a second 7th one.
So I'm really jealous of this dude. You got to bring Kiss on the other day. So Kiss, tell us about your Kiss experience that you had just the other day, last week.
Yeah, no, we didn't really. Man, it's funny. They don't really allow you to announce them now. What you do is you go on stage and you do a a couple of minute thing. What happened was they've got a guy named, I think it's David Garibaldi, who's like a painter. Who's like he's one of those guys that can get up on stage and in like 8 minutes he's just throwing paint at a canvas, and next thing you know there's like this work of art up there. So he does this thing where he's doing a portrait of Kiss in every city that they're in. So fortunately, my partner Mark and I got to get up on stage, and they gave us that painting to auction off for the military assistance mission to benefit deployed veterans here in the Valley. Sometimes they have a hard time making ends meet because they're over there in the sandbox doing their business. And this isn't I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but being in the military doesn't exactly pay all that well. When you're deployed full time. So the Military Assistance Mission, who have a website, it's azmam.org /KISS is where you can actually make a donation.
And this painting is actually still in town here. It's at the KSLX studio.
It's in our air studio, yeah.
It's in the studio.
Yeah, it's this big, huge, like if you were at the Kiss show, you'll see it's this massive piece of canvas with the painting on it. It says Glendale on the bottom. And he does one of these at every city that they're in. And the band donated that one for the benefit of veterans, because say what you will about Kiss, they actually do a lot of philanthropic shit for veterans. So which is kind of neat.
They're good guys.
Yeah, so that was kind of neat. So they had us up on stage, which was fun to check out.
Right. How many people were at that show?
I don't know, 13,000, something like that.
13,000 people.
Something
were you
like
scared?
That.
Were you like, I don't know what to say?
No.
I know.
No, you can only see like the first 4 or 5 rows. That's the thing that, unless they turn on the house lights, then you can see the whole place. But yeah, no, I think the biggest crowd I ever stood on stage in front of, I did a halftime thing at the Superdome in New Orleans when I lived in New Orleans.
Right.
And there were 65,000 people there.
What was your radio station in New Orleans?
WCKW, not there anymore.
WCKW.
Yeah, not there anymore. And then I did in Kansas City. I think we had 58 or 59,000 at like our festival show.
Oh wow!
They hold this festival show once a year at the Liberty Memorial, which is the only World War I memorial in the United States.
So this painting, is it available if people want to make offers on it or put a bid out there?
Well, it's not they're gonna have to bid on it. It's I think it closes this Thursday.
Closes Thursday. How can you make a bid on that if you are so inclined?
Go to the website. It's azmam.org /KISS. And that's kind of neat. And look,
is it a painting of the guys at Kiss?
Yeah, it's the 4 guys in Kiss. It's I think the order is, I think it goes Tommy, Paul, Gene, Eric. So, and they signed it. They all signed it. The band signed it backstage before the show, where they had like 300 people in their VIP line. I don't know how much they're charging for that VIP meet and greet deal, but they're making a killing.
So there is a lot of rumors of the whole lip syncing thing, but I'm kind of seeing it like bands have had dudes backstage behind the curtains. A lot of bands have done that for years and years to try to help you out with some of the singing. It gets tough to sing those songs night after night, and at the age that they are.
I don't think anybody cares anymore. I think you're at the point.
With you on that.
I think you're at the point. If you want to hear it sound just like the record, then you buy the record.
Right.
But I don't think anybody cares at that point. I mean, you're going for the spectacle. More often than not, the acoustics in a hockey arena suck anyway. So it's not like you're going to get this amazing performance. I think that, especially if you go to a Kiss live show, you're not trying to see how great Paul is going to sing it. You're going to see a 70-year-old guy on a trapeze flying over the crowd.
That's right, man. There's too many critics out there these days, huh?
Look, hey, 13,000 people seem to have no problem with it, so.
Kiesels, guys. Check it out. This is a multi-scale. So, it's that fan-fretted thing. And for me, I'm like, okay, there's two things you got to remember when you're trying to play a 7-string fan-fretted. First thing is forget about that low B string. Just pretend it's not even there. The second thing, forget about it being fan-fretted. Just pretend it's not there, and you can get through it. They play relatively easy. So the idea with something like this is that you're going to have perfect intonation all the way up and down the fretboard. And the metal guys love these things because the high strings are at a longer scale length. So you have to tighten that string up a little bit tighter. And most guys are even tuned down all the way to like C nowadays. So you have to tune this lower string a little bit tighter, and so that kind of keeps it from flopping around, and it keeps it kind of tight, where your higher strings are right at a typical, Gibson or Fender scale length. And so it's still, you can do your string bends, and you can still kind of shred through your leads without it feeling any different. So yeah, fan-fretted multi-scale guitar. I've been wanting one for a long time. If you guys saw my last video about me trying to order a Strandberg, that didn't go over so well.
That's because somebody didn't want to pay full price for shipping.
I didn't want to.
He didn't want to pay what it cost for shipping. Just for the record, I bought a Kramer out of here, I don't know, it was a couple of weeks ago, and had to ship it up to have some work done on it to a friend of mine who does some custom work on it.
Right.
And it cost me $120 to have it shipped UPS ground to Carmel, New York, which is upstate New York.
I know.
So, I mean, that's what it costs. And here's how they justify it, though. They justify it by saying gas prices. Well, gas prices are down. Gas prices are down right now, so I don't know when, I know they went up a few months ago. Their prices went up, but they didn't bring them back down.
Here's the honest truth, guys. I got the Kiesel 7-string made in America, so instead of getting that Strandberg, I have an American-made 7-string, and I'm in it for about $200 less than I would have gotten the Strandberg for. So
what guitar did you want?
You know what? I just really wanted to experiment with a multi-scale, because when I was at NAMM, I played those things. I sat at the Strandberg booth for a minute, and I'm like, what? I can play this. It's like the same. So I just wanted one, and so I ended up with this thing. So it's kind of cool. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but again, there's just those two things you got to try to forget about, and forget about this low B string until I get used to it, and forget about that. Don't even look at it. Just play it like you always do, and don't even worry about it.
I don't know anything about those guitars. It's funny though, you go through a phase where you get hooked on one brand of guitar for a while.
That is true.
And then you buy a shitload of them.
I was on my Chapman phase.
Yeah, and that didn't last very long.
Because I can't find any more.
Are you still making them?
Oh yeah, they're huge, but and I know I can go to Guitar Center and get one brand new, but that's not my plan in life is to buy anything brand new.
Yeah, you never pay full price for a guitar.
No, so I look for used stuff, but I look at Chapman every day, at least once a week on Reverb, looking for a Chapman guitar, and haven't found one. So
yeah, I've never been. I don't. The boutique guitars that I like. They're not even boutique. It's Ernie Ball. I like Ernie Ball guitars. I just picked up a 97 or 98. It's a patent pending Wolfgang, TV Wolfgang, one of the early ones. but I don't, I mean, I got a couple of the Charvel EVH Art Series ones and things like that, but I don't know. I mean, I'm a Van Halen fan, so I try to get one of each of those models. You know what I mean? Like, well, I've got the Ernie Ball one, I've got a PV one, I've got the new one, and I got a Charvel one. So it's like, that's what I collect. I don't go with I've never heard of Kiesel guitars. I know who Carvin is, and it's funny because it doesn't say Carvin anywhere on this.
Well, I think the original people that owned Carvin guitars, their real name was Kiesel. So like 3 generations ago, it was Kiesel. For some reason in the 40s or something, they changed it to Carvin. And now you're 3 or maybe 4 generations into this company, and Jeff Kiesel, I think it was 2015, he rebranded the company Kiesel Guitars. They're made right here in America. And they're huge at NAMM. They just do top quality work. And if you watch my yo-yo video when I was out at NAMM, Jeff Kiesel is in my yo-yo video, so he's a great guy.
I don't even know what this isn't a rosewood fretboard, is it? It looks to be like
Here, let me swap you for a
It
second.
looks to be a composite fretboard.
No, this is that, this fretboard on this one is Purple Heart. And this has the EVO gold fret wire on it. So, really nice guitar. The back of the neck, you can see all this really nice wood where it's like a 1, 2, 3. I see a 4-piece neck. You got the Kiesel locking tuners on this thing. This is a bolt-on. But there it is, man. Kiesel. Tone Pro bridge and stuff. You are awesome on guitar, man.
This has a real doomy feel to it.
Oh, it really does. Headbangers, man, they love that stuff. Let me ask you a little bit. Keep us in the now. What's the latest with Ozzy? How's Ozzy doing?
I am of the opinion that Ozzy is way sicker than we're being told. This sort of, I mean, he's 70 now, and
That's young for rock stars.
Yeah, but he's had bronchitis, and he had that staph infection in his hand. And when Sharon puts out an email or a press release that says Ozzy is now breathing on his own, that's a frightening thing. He's got like pneumonia and bronchitis. I mean, he's got some shit going on with him.
Yeah.
I think he's sicker than we're being told. He's canceled his entire Asian tour. He's canceled his European tour. The American tour is still allegedly set to go on, but who's to say? I mean,
When is that scheduled for this summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he decides to quit, I think he's earned it.
Okay, and let's talk about a little added background vocals backstage. Ozzy will never lip sync all the way through. You'll still hear him sing, but I mean, there's going to be guys helping him sing some of that stuff.
Well, he's got I know he's got a voice doubler. And I know Zach sings along with him now.
Right.
Kind of leads him through everything.
Right. We actually have a little matching set of Roland Cube 40s that we're playing out of today. at the Kiss show, you got to see Shannon Tweed.
Yeah. Yeah, Shannon looks good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's better body through chemistry, but she still looks good. There are parts of her that they didn't chemistry affect, and she looks good.
Huh.
Yeah, no, there was, for some strange reason, the Kiss show here in town, there were a lot of, like, dignitaries, and I don't mean to say, like important, like, politicians and shit, but there was definitely, like, a mayor, I think the mayor of Glendale was there, and he gave them a key to the city, which was nice.
Right.
But Doc McGee was there.
Famous band manager.
He manages Kiss. He's been managing Kiss for the better part of 30 years.
Scorpions. Oh, that new Motley Crue movie coming out, The Dirt.
Oh, that looks like hell. God, does that look terrible.
You don't want to watch that one, huh?
I mean, I've got Netflix, so I'll watch it, but I would not pay to see that movie. Hell no. God,
It's kind of cool,
terrible.
these new, the classic rockers that we sort of grew up with, they're making movies about them now. You got the Elton John movie, of course you got the Bohemian Rhapsody movie.
Well, the Elton John movie looks great. The kid,
It does.
Taron Egerton, the kid that's, you'll all know him from the Kingsman movie. The Kingsman movies where they're like English spies. It's like Kingsman's like a James Bond style movie. They're kind of fun. Taron Egerton, he's really good. He's also in the last Robin Hood movie with Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
He's playing Elton John, and he looks and sounds.
He kind of looks like him, huh?
And he's singing too, like he's doing the actual vocals, like Val Kilmer did in the Doors movie. So that's pretty badass.
That is cool.
So credit to him, and that movie looks really good. I don't even like Elton John, but I'm interested in seeing that just to see how good the kid is.
Right.
But the Motley Crue movie looks like ass, and I don't mean like Christina Hendricks ass either. I mean like.
Well, you've seen the trailer, and that's the only glimpse of it you've gotten so far.
It looks terrible.
Right.
It looks terrible.
Now the Bohemian Rhapsody movie is awesome.
Yeah, no, that was good.
I haven't seen it yet.
The timeline is out of whack. Keep that in mind. They're not.
Yeah.
There's some things that go on in the movie that are way out of sequence with the actual reality of when shit happens with the band.
That's the same thing that I've heard about the Motley Crue movie. Is they're dressed up. You know, they're playing the Whiskey a Go Go before their first album came out, but they're dressed like the Shout at the Devil album.
Yeah, similar thing.
saying?
Yeah, like in Bohemian Rhapsody, there's a part where Brian May is allegedly trying to teach Freddie Mercury this brand new song that he's working on for a stadium anthem called "We Will Rock You," but that allegedly took place after the Game record came out, which was in 1980.
Oh yeah, that
"We
was
Will
the
Rock You"
album
was like
before that.
so it was before that. So there's a couple of things that are out of sync time wise. That having been said. With the exception of the unnecessary appearance of Mike Myers in that movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody movie is a good read and a good watch. It's fun to check out.
My next door neighbor, that's over at the Tempe Dollar Theaters now, so
you
you
should
can
go
see
see
it for $3. My next door neighbor has told me he's seen it 6 times.
Why?
6 times. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ice, baby.
This is so weird. I've never seen a neck with the frets like that.
Okay, we've talked Ozzy. We've talked Kiss. What else is new with you? What concerts are coming? Now it is February 2019. What's new? What's going to be happening in the concert scene this summer? What's the big news?
Well, you've got the Stones are coming to town. They're doing their tour.
Wow.
There's allegedly an 18-date Van Halen tour that's supposed to be being set up. And there's
talk Van Halen.
And there's a talk that they may actually tour with Guns N' Roses on some of these shows. They might be like when Guns N' Roses did the dual bill with Metallica. Well, there's talk that there might be a Van Halen Guns N' Roses double bill with Michael Anthony actually making some appearances.
How cool would that be?
It'd be great if he were back in the band, but who knows? I mean,
right.
You know, Eddie is too busy making sneakers now. He's released another set of sneakers.
I want a pair.
With a picture. Well, I have all the striped ones because I'm a nerd.
Come on in, Kevin. I want a pair of Van Halen sneakers. Yeah, I saw Eddie Trunk video, and he was talking to Sammy Hagar. And apparently, Van Halen's management called Sammy Hagar and said, "Hey, if you're not, is it okay if we take Michael Anthony? You know, Van Halen, is that okay? Can we take Michael Anthony away from? Because I know you have a new album that just dropped last week." If there's a Van Halen tour this summer, are you okay with letting Michael go? And Sammy's like, of course, man, he's the man. Gotta let him go do his Van Halen thing, so.
Sammy wants to do a Van Halen thing. He's telling you he doesn't, but that's all he can talk about is Van Halen. That's
Okay, but a little bit of getting Michael back in the Van Halen band, and then maybe they tour all summer and everybody keeps the whole, man, Anthem or Roth sounded horrible, and then that might open the door for Sammy to get back in there. That's one way of looking at it, huh?
I guess.
Little steps. Got to take a little tiny steps to get the Van Halen back.
I would rather they go into the vaults and dig out one of those career-spanning retrospective box sets and do something other than the Sam and Dave thing over and over and over again.
It's been kind of fun, but here's what I've been watching all the time lately, guys. It's that Van Hagar Live Without a Net video.
New Haven Coliseum.
Yeah, so
1986.
This was a good band, man. This was a good band. Been watching that a lot lately. Fleetwood Mac. So I guess all kinds of shit went down last few months back, and they replaced Lindsey Buckingham, but now apparently Lindsey's having health issues. Did you hear about that? He had a heart attack or something?
Yeah, and weird, he had some sort of a heart problem, and during the procedure where they were trying to save him, they screwed up his vocal cords.
That's right. I heard about that.
Yeah, I don't know how that's possible.
Shoving tubes down your throat.
Maybe, yeah, whatever it was. Maybe they had to run a trach or something like that so that they could clear fluid. I don't know, but his voice is now a little bit screwed up.
So there's that little thought that goes, hey, if Lindsey would have been out on the road doing all these dates and working his ass off with Fleetwood Mac, would that have killed him? Would he have had this heart attack out in Des Moines or someplace? Not that there's anything wrong with Des Moines, but, you know, did that save his life by having him stay at home and being more prepared to go to the ER early?
Your time is your time, I guess. I don't know. I mean, one of the signs that we're all getting old is that we're talking about the convalescence of Ozzy Osbourne and Lindsey Buckingham and how Paul Stanley can't sing anymore and how...
It's too bad, huh?
I mean, you know, what we need...
This is the old timers.
Yeah, what we need is for you to get the hell off our lawn. What we need is a great new rock band, and there is one out there out of Long Beach, California called Rival Sons. If you haven't listened to Rival Sons, that is the best rock band that your local radio station isn't playing right now.
Rival Sons.
Rival Sons. They're on about their 5th record. They just put out a new record called Feral Roots.
They're a bunch of 20-year-old kids or 30?
Oh, they're older now, yeah. The best voice. Here's a guy that you should probably know his name now that Cornell is no longer with us. Other than Richie Kotzen, who's an amazing singer with the Winery Dogs, you didn't know that he could sing too. The kid's name is Jay Buchanan. He's the lead singer for Rival Sons and probably the best singer in music today. But you don't, and I know that you're going to get comments down on the bottom. What about Miles Kennedy? Miles Kennedy's great. He oversings. Okay. But he's not as good as Jay Buchanan. So Google, when you're done watching this, Google Rival Sons Keep On Swinging live at the Gibson Studios. They do an acoustic version, and this kid's pipes are unfriggin' believable.
When you're done watching this.
That's what I just said.
They're going to just log off right now.
As if they're still here now.
I know, yeah.
This thing has gone on long enough, so... I have never played one of these before.
One more thing I saw about a bunch of old guys. Whitesnake put a new video out. Shut up and kiss me. Tons of fun. What do you think about that? The girls...
Stupid.
It's stupid. Okay, the girls
stupid.
They're back on the hood of the Jaguar. You know, they're playing LA. I kind of like it.
I think that's Reno. I think he's got
that's right.
He's got a bar. He's got a bar in Reno that's his own place.
That's right.
So he shot it in his own club. He broke out the old Jaguar. I think it's an
Yeah.
87, 85,
Yeah,
87,
same
something like
car,
that.
huh?
Yeah, same car. He broke
All
that
the
up.
dents in the hood.
And the same stupid blue sharkskin blazer. And
Tommy Aldrich on drums.
he's still with him. Red Beach on guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, Whitesnake is, I mean, look, it's stupid, but I love it. Trust me, I'd rather sit and watch a stupid Whitesnake song
Me too.
than listen to the best song that Corey Taylor puts out. And nothing against Corey Taylor, it's just not for me. You know, Corey's an amazing singer, super talented guy.
I saw the Slipknot guy out at NAMM, the long black-haired guitarist guy. What's his
Jim?
name? Yeah.
Yeah, Jim's awesome.
I was gonna say, hey man, will you do a yo-yo trick for me? And then I was like,
He's actually pretty cool.
he probably would
done
have.
it.
Huh?
Corey actually just joined, I forget, he's got his own band that he goes out and he sort of jams with. He just had Scotty in step on stage with him, and John Lowry, John 5, got on stage in LA, and they broke out Take Your Whiskey Home from Van Halen, and the LA crowd was...
Corey needs to be in an 80s hair metal band.
He can sing, man. The
I
kid's
know
got
it.
pipes. Super talented guy.
He did that Steel Panther thing.
I think he's look. I like Slipknot to a degree. I think Stone Sour is actually better than Slipknot because they have the flexibility to do more. You know, Slipknot is sort of they're in a corner like Slayer and Mudvayne and all these other extreme metal bands. And I know that's not extreme. All the Norwegian death metal kids are gonna be like, look, extreme. You know what the hell extreme is?
Kevin's in here. Kevin, come here a minute, man.
Uh-oh. This is gonna get
Sit down right here. Come here, my friend. My good friend Kevin's in the store today.
I'm gonna tap out.
Come on, buddy. Sit down for a second.
No, he won't do
He's
it.
got stage fright. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll hit you guys up next time. Thanks, Paul.
Bye.
Later, guys.